Y'all thought y'all was being slick. Yeah, y'all thought y'all was being slick, Netflix. Yeah, all right. So remember, I was complaining about this with the Umbrella Academy. I was also complaining about this with one of the cartoons they had called The Dragon Prince, where they were showing a gay couple, and I also seen the whole gay agenda. Remember, I made a video about this, the gay agenda, and it was another show that I liked where they had these warlocks, these kids who were mixed kids. Their mother was a warlock, and these kids were warlocks, and they were taken away from their mother, and just found out, that they had powers and all this other stuff. But they made the boy, they made him, kissing other boys, and that just, I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. He was a teenager. I'm not watching that. But I was really interested because the mother's powers, the way they did it, the way they filmed it, and everything, the mother was on point. I was like, yeah, let me see what she can do, because she had everybody bugging. She was so powerful, and she was just going after her kids who were stripped away from her by these other people. But let's get to some more Netflix show. That's like 4 or 5 shows right there. And I noticed that every single show that I watch with Netflix, the majority of them had some kind of gay agenda. Now, when I saw Cuties, just the preview of Cuties, I was like, no. So just the way that they were dancing, I was like, nope, no, 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 not doing it, not doing it. Um, I canceled and then I came back because there's a couple shows I really do like. The Umbrella Academy, even though it pissed me off with that whole the mother fell in love with another woman and the dad got shot and killed and they erased the dad and the mother took the child. That pissed me off. But when I saw Cuties, I was like, there's no way in hell that I'm going to sit there and digest this. There's just no way. Now, some people were saying, hey, you didn't watch Cuties. A lot of people didn't watch it. They just had backlash because of the way it was presented. And there's pictures of the way it was presented. I don't want to show it on my page. The way it was presented, and they're saying the children were overly sexualized, and the whole program was talking about how kids are. This is how Netflix tried to flip it. They said, this is a show. For one, it was in the Sundance Films. Okay, it was a film from France. All right, so their whole premise of the film was we're showing how girls, they say children, but it's really girls, how children are over sexualized on the internet, and then they get on the internet and don't understand what's really going on. It's like, why are the girls cursing? Why are the girls dancing like strippers? Like, you could easily talk about kids being over sexualized by what they see, but you could just do a documentary on that. That's just easy to do. But you got these girls. The one girl, what really makes it so bad, the one girl is like, they're all like 10 or 11. But the one girl rebels against her mother, and her mother is a Muslim. Like with the hijab and everything. And she's like, no, I'm going to dance her. And yeah. Netflix, 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 Netflix. You did this on purpose. You did this to try to reach other countries the same crap that you do, because there are strict laws in other countries. Not everybody is westernized. There are strict laws that they have for females in other countries, especially Muslim countries, and they take it seriously. Listen, case in point, there were some Muslim girls who came over here and got Americanized, like, Oh, women can do what they want. They can say what they want. They can dress how they want. They can act how they want. Can't no man tell them what to do. We can just be totally crazy. So, yeah. So they took that back to their country. And when they went to their country, they went onto a beach and had bikinis on. And I'm not talking about a onesie or something with a nice little, with a little shrong around. No. They went in there half and half, just all out in the open. Do you know what happened to those girls? Let me explain what happened to them. When they were like that on the beach, there were some men who saw them. They went out to the beach where those girls were, and there was a very short conversation. They whipped out a sword and they cut both of those girls' heads off and left them on the beach as an example. This is a dangerous game that you're playing, Netflix. And this is why so many people are upset, because you're going to get somebody killed. This has nothing to do with, oh, we're trying to liberate the girls and let them know that there's dangers in the internet. Girls, listen, 11 and 12-year-old girls are very aware of what's going on in the internet, especially if they have any kind of parents. They're very, very much aware of the. Listen. There's some. These kids are smart. Let's not act like these children are not up to date on the dangers of the world. Okay, you can take the most innocent 12-year-old and start explaining to them what sex is. It's a good chance that they already know because of the internet. They know what male and female. They know that they are not supposed to go around certain men and women. Okay, because there are some women who are very, very dangerous because they're snatching these kids and taking. That their modus operandi is to, apprehend these, not apprehend, but, confiscate or snatch, children and do whatever with. Listen, these kids are aware because now it's bigger than ever. It is a huge, huge, huge business. Okay, so let's not act like these kids are stupid. Now, they don't know everything, but when you have these children dressing like grown women going out to be strippers, that's what you have them. That's what Netflix did, and this is why the backlash was so great. I didn't even bother to watch the show. When I first saw the previews, I was just like, there's no goddamn way I'm gonna watch this show. Now, when people say, oh, the show isn't what you thought, you should go look at it. So today I was like, okay, well, let me try to give it a second thought. As soon as you go into it, you see the dancing and the girls breaking it down low and busting it open. And no, no Netflix. No. You know what? And Ted was right. Ted was right. Ted Cruz, he was right. He opened an investigation on Netflix to see if they violated any laws against those children or against any children. And listen, they're going after Netflix. They're going after the filmmakers. They're going after the producers. They're going after any of the parents, anyone who had anything to do with putting this film out. They're investigating, and that's exactly what they should do. Netflix was wrong. Listen, and the thing about it is, this story that was told in France was told differently. The presentation was different until it got to Netflix and got to America. That's what's so bad about it. Like this was a film that had already won awards. This was something that was already seen. But when Netflix got a hold of it, they changed the program. they sent it into a more devious and evil, direction to try to sexualize these girls, and they didn't have to do any of that. They could have just took the film and said, we're gonna buy it, we're gonna put it on Netflix just as it is, and they wouldn't have caught all this backlash. But they showed their hand. They showed exactly who they are, and nobody should think that this is an accident. Netflix, this no. You can just look at all of these shows. Look at all of these shows that I mentioned, just the ones I've mentioned. Look at all of those shows, and you'll start to see it's a common theme. Netflix is doing the same thing in the cartoons, in everything. I'm telling you, Netflix is dangerous. And what's so bad is I still need my Umbrella Academy fix, but I'm just not watching any gay stuff in it. Uh, I don't care. I'm just not watching anything with any gay stuff in it. I'm not doing it. I'm not supporting that. So I'll just fast forward and miss that dialogue. I'll live. But as far as the action, yeah, I love the Umbrella Academy. Uh, so yeah, Netflix. You know what? Real shame. Netflix. You was the little red box. Netflix. You was the little red box. And everybody was just like, okay, cool, Netflix, we can go and pay so much, little red box, boom. And you came up and running. Then, okay, the way Netflix started was a good hustle. I was like, yeah, I'm down with Netflix. Next thing you know, Blockbuster went completely out of business. This was because of Netflix. All them other, little companies like that, Netflix put all of them out of business and was paying people. They paid Kevin Hart $40 million for his show. I mean, Netflix is doing big business, but it just never fails. It's always something where people get ahead of themselves, and then boom. Especially when it's showing who they really are. Now, Netflix will probably try to blame this on Hollywood or something like that. No, no, Netflix. This is something you did on your very own, and I hope they bust all of you. Heck, they can shut down the company as far as I care. I'm cool. Just put the Umbrella Academy on Amazon, and I'll watch it. It's your boy Sean 202. I hope Netflix goes down for this. Of what they promoted is highly dangerous. It's going to get somebody killed. And if I had a teenage daughter and she saw this show, I would be through the roof. I would be so through the god doggone roof if I saw my kid watching this. And then next thing you know, she's talking bad to me. She doesn't want to go to church. She wants to run around in a pair of, short shorts and, toot her behind up to every boy in the neighborhood. Nah. Mm-mm, I'd probably have to get on a plane and go talk to somebody face to face like you are destroying children. And then I would have to whoop my daughter's ass, for, thinking that, she's all that, but, how dads and daughters are. You don't really want to do that, but it's like, yo, you gotta chill. So I'm out. This is a crazy world, and they don't want God nowhere. This is a godless world. They don't want God nowhere in this world. They don't want it. Listen, protect your kids. Little Bootsy was right. Don't watch them cartoons. Keep your kids away from them because they are after your children. And that's 100. These people are after your kids. Don't buy them little troll dolls because when you do and you dip them in water, they have lingerie on. Listen, there are all kind of video games. These video games, got Pornhub on them. I'm telling you, the devil is busy, and you're gonna have to be busy to keep him out of your house. I'm out.